Donald, where's your dance?
Huh?
Where's your
Leroy got it today. Leroy.
Like strippers' booties go. My verses still be serving. Like a million virgins. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out. Y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts. Accountants count me in. Make millions every year.
So y'all go to your social media platforms and share it, like, share. Hey y'all, those of you that are coming
Yep.
on, everybody hands go up.
And they stay there. And they stay there. And they stay there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Swerving in my low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Del Cali, back it up, my niggas call me loco. Never on traffic, you know they be pulling fofo. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud. Dirty money, bitch, you better get your mug right. We come together, holding hands and holler thug life. We all strapping all black.
Hey Chris, your steering wheel's in the middle of the thing, man. That shot ain't good.
You like right?
I'm trying. I was in church.
You was in church?
Yeah, we had church today. And well, he's still having service, but I said, let me duck out. That's better?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Hey Epps, you might want to close your door and back of you, black man. Listen, those of you that are watching, good afternoon, everybody. Let me see if I can. Is the music loud or is it not loud? Can y'all
It's
hear me
loud.
over the
I can
music?
hear you, but it's
Right now, it's
loud.
not loud.
I don't know how. So we gonna rock until it's time for us for us to kill it, right? So for those of you that are watching, do me a favor, like, share, comment. The party has started. It starts at 12 p.m. Those of you that are asking why we said 11:45, because we know Negroes and we know Negroes do not show up on time. And so we wanted to make sure that you guys got a heads up with everything that is happening. People are still popping in. And so this is going to be absolutely crazy bananas. Zeta says, well, I do. Well, most people don't. And as you see, you are. Hey, Leroy, what you know about this one?
Oh, bro, you know you're older than me, so I know you know more about it than I do, sir. Well, oh yeah,
Lala
you.
older than all of us. Lala. Lala said no.
Oh, that's what we doing.
You can't have a party and not invite the OJs, man. Come on now.
Can't have a party and not invite the OJs. What's wrong with some of y'all? Epps, what you know about this one, man?
I know all about the OJs, man. Come on, I'm 47, but still, I got an old soul when it comes to music.
Yeah, you got an old soul. Look who has joined the party, y'all. Look who has joined the party. Bucci is the one that said, Donald, these songs are not recent songs, bro. These are older songs, right?
Right.
But you
He's
can't
older
have a
but good.
party without the OJs. You can't have a party without I was watching what's that movie, Leroy? With Chris Rock and I think I Love My Wife or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
And there's a part in the
Kerry
movie where
Washington.
where she says you got some Negro ears. She used the
Oh
other
yeah,
word.
she ain't say
Negro ears.
Negro though. She ain't say Negro though.
They ain't say Negro, but she said you got some Negro ears. Those of you that are watching, do me a favor, share, like, comment. We are on my personal Facebook page. We're on my business page. We are inside the ReManned community. We are on LinkedIn. We are on YouTube. We trying to reach Lottie Dottie and everybody. The numbers are going up. And as you guys come in, tell us who you are and where you are watching from. Who you are, where you're watching from. Why? Because you never come to somebody's house and don't speak. That's the way I was raised. You never come to somebody's house and don't speak. You don't come to my house, bypass everybody in the living room, go right to the refrigerator, open the refrigerator. Man, how many of y'all grew up in a house where you get smacked like real quick? If you try to go past somebody's living room, don't speak to nobody, you lose all your fronts.
Look,
So
and the
so
phrase
we
was,
are we are a
"What's
group
wrong
of
with
people
you?"
that believe in that. I want to make sure that you don't lose all your fronts. Show up, say hello to us, let us know who you are, where you are watching from. I am Donald Morton, the founder of ReManned, the premier organization for adult Black businessmen that have families. It's an incredible, incredible space. And so I think uh wait, let me do this. Let me see if I can. Is that better, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
That is a long song.
Shut up. You got it. Shut up. It ain't no long song. It's
That
right
song been
on
on
as
since
people
you started talking. That song been playing.
as people come in. Again, everybody that's coming in, tell us who you are and where you are watching from. It's a party going on. We're excited for what we've got to share today, and the history behind the organization, everything that's taking place. We got some giveaways that's going to happen. It's just outstanding. We got some OGs on here, the brothers that helped me start ReManned. ReManned did not start with Donald Morton alone, and so you're going to hear some stories from them. You got the queen of ReManned, Marla Michelle Morton. You want to wave to everybody, baby? You do. Right? She
Hey,
is.
Miss Marla.
Hey,
Hello.
Chris, Chris, I'm in the middle of my monologue. I'm in the middle of my
I'm
monologue.
sorry. Sorry.
And you,
My bad. My bad. You
just
always checking me. You always checking me, and I can't be mad at you for that. Go ahead, man.
Things don't
Always
change.
checking me. Nah, I don't
and
change. But you
got,
know, hey,
we got Bucci. He ain't got no last name. His name is Bucci. That's what we call him. He's got a phenomenal last name, brother. That's doing incredible things as a businessman. His family solid, just incredible. And then of course, Tremel Epps, another brother that helped us start ReManned. He is with us today. And then the chief operations officer of ReManned, Dr. Leroy McKenzie. Junior. If you don't say Junior, he gets pretty upset, pretty irate if you don't put Junior on his name. Yeah, you got to look inside. Corey, you got to look inside your email, bro. I sent it. When did I send the link out, y'all? Maybe Sunday, something like that.
It was a couple of
Okay,
days ago.
okay, Coach. Great. See you in a minute.
Thursday.
Uh, let me send it again. Hey, Leroy, text it to Corey. Can you do that? Text the link, or if
All right.
you,
Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll send it to him.
Corey, and text it to Coach. Make sure he has it. Um, and let me stop uh, the music. Yeah, let me stop. Let me. How y'all see my DJ skills? I just lowered that. You see, I faded that out. Epps, don't play. Crystal Fendi Styles Clark. Good afternoon to you. Um, Let me see if I can't now. Uh, Okay, cool. There we go. All right, all right, all right. So, good morning to everybody, or afternoon to everybody. The numbers are still increasing. Everybody that's on the stage, do me a favor, and like, share with your folks. Put at everyone or at followers if you're on Facebook. If you're on LinkedIn, it's already playing to mine. So share it on LinkedIn. If you're on YouTube, comment on YouTube as well. Yeah, it's some great things happening. Let me just kind of open up by asking everybody how they're doing. If you don't mind, gentlemen, I'm going to ask my lovely wife first, how she's doing, any opening comments that she has. Epps, if she looks a little crazy, it's because she doesn't really like these kind of things. She doesn't like to be on stage. She has asked me several times, babe, I can just kind of fade out in the background. No, ma'am, not today. Today you gotta be center stage. Lala, say hello to the people.
Good morning. I am well. I'm here to support my dude, my guy, my boyfriend, the sugar in my coffee. I'm just glad to be here this morning,
Wait.
this
The
afternoon.
sugar in her
The
rice.
sugar in my
with
the
sugar
sugar
in her
in
rice.
that's right. That's right. The sugar in my rice.
With sugar in her rice. Look, my friend Joy is here. What's up, Joy? Joy says this looks like it's going to be all the things. It's going to be all the things, for real, for real. And I'm excited about everything that's going to happen. There's been a Bucci. There's been a long-standing debate in my house about whether sugar goes on rice. And so we had this conversation yesterday on the Grown Man podcast. And in an overwhelming majority, sugar does not go on rice. But she can do her thing. So we've got to separate rice in the household. We have to separate. Right? That's just what we have to do. Because if I take sugar on my rice, I'm going to vomit. So I wanted to make sure those of y'all that know how to pray for your boy, so that happy Saturday, Joy. Michael Norton, what's up, man? Good afternoon, bro. Good afternoon to you. Good to see you. Tramel Epps, say what's up to the people, man.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm happy, excited, honored to be here. Um, I'm excited to see what's going to take place today. And as Donna Morton stated, I'm probably out of everyone his first Reman project before he had a title of Reman project back in 2000 when I
Yeah,
came to Delaware.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. That really is true. We're not gonna air all his business out today. Can't do that. But if we
Please
were,
don't.
look, he said, yeah, can't do that. But if we were to, they would have a point of reference of just how far this brother has come. Owns his own business now, married, great father. He didn't come to us like that. He achieved that. He did the work achieving that. Look what people saying. Hey, babe, people saying it. Not rice, good on grits and farina. I don't even know what farina is, Crystal Fendi Styles Clark. I have no idea what
What
farina
is
is.
Cream of
Farina?
wheat.
Oh,
Uh,
that's
Cream of
what it is.
wheat.
Cream of wheat.
that's
Oh,
cream of,
Yes.
that's cream of wheat. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't really eat cream of wheat. But yeah, so Epps has been the reman. He is absolutely the poster child for the reman project, and he is a win with reman. Chris Collins, introduce yourself, man. And let me just kind of warn y'all, right? Whenever we call Chris Collins' name, you don't know what's coming out of his mouth. You really don't. So the thoughts and opinions of Chris Collins are not necessarily those of the Reman Project. You don't know what's going to be said. What's up, black
That's
man? Good
that's
afternoon to you.
that's probably the best part about me. About my father always said, work with the element of of surprise. Never let them know where you're coming from all the time. You know what I mean? Keep them on your toes or what have you. But yes, like Epps, I'm one of the first to come through the Reman project. I like to think that I actually kicked down in the butt to get it started because some of the things, like he said, so you never know what I'm going to say. Um, but yeah, it's one of those because he like I said before, he always trying to check me. He always pulling me. Calm down, Chris. Easy. So it bees like that sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Welcome, bro. Epps owns Tramel's Integrity Painting Service.
So hold
Uh,
on. So it's Tramel's Integrity Painting LLC. So I dropped the
got it.
service off.
Tramel's Integrity Painting LLC. Got
Right.
it. Got it. Got it. And
Yeah.
so he is doing a phenomenal job. Chris owns his own graphic design and clothing line, doing great jobs. My wife is hey Bucci. Let me tell you something that you didn't know, man. I don't know whether you knew this or not, but my wife is into neuroscience. Right, she has some certification in neuroscience, and so when I first met her, and she talking real kind to me. Right, I'm thinking some Jedi mind trick she playing. Like, yeah, you into all that neuroscience. I thought it was voodoo. So I'm saying, yeah, you trying to. I don't know what you putting in my food, but you looking real attractive, right? And so she's always kind to me, and so I was so traumatized that I was concerned that someone would treat me kindly. How many know that sometimes that's trauma showing up, right? It's trauma showing up when someone finally treats you kindly, and then you got to question everything that's going on. So I'm excited about Tramel, excited about Chris, excited about my wife. My wife has a book out. You should really check it out. If you're a lady, you should really check it out. There's my guy, Corey Beal Sr. And good to see you, black man.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone? What's going on, ladies and gents?
Corey Beal Sr. Yeah, good to see you, man. Turn your volume down because it's a little echo. Let me introduce Bucci. This is my guy. For real, for real. This is my guy. He is a winner of the our business award. Um, I love this wife support energy. Yeah, because she don't really want to be here, Joy. She is doing
Mhm.
absolutely to support her dude, and so I'm really really appreciative of it. Bucci is a winner of the six-figure business award with
Mm.
ReManned. Does multiple six figures. Yeah. Let's give it up for him. He really does a phenomenal job. He owns a real estate firm and is doing some great things, even not pivoting from it, but adding to his business. We're really, really excited about his work. Hey, man, say good afternoon to everybody, bro. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, Bucci, I'm here. Happy to be here. Happy to support. And yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Ain't no doubt about it. Corey Bill Sr., good afternoon to you, man. Corey is in the insurance game. He's in the money game and is doing a phenomenal job. So Corey, say good afternoon to everybody, man, and introduce yourself.
I'm Corey Bill Sr. here, CEO Onyx Capital Financial Solutions, where we protect your family most important assets through the power of cash value life insurance while financing your wildest entrepreneurial dreams through business funding and leveraging business credit. Um, Phenomenal opportunity to be here. I'm also the president of ReManned Nonprofit. So I'm looking forward to build with these esteemed gentlemen as I continue my upper trajectory of becoming a hell of a dude in 2024. What's going on, Miss Marla, my sister? Show a lot of love as well. I'm happy that she's here. B said, what's good? But most importantly, man, looking forward to seeing what today's agenda is going to be and how we can, be the forefront to continue this push to change the narrative of Black men.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you, bro. And just a dope guy. Last but certainly not least, I'm sure Coach Walter Sellers will be on in a moment. But last but certainly not least, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., introduce yourself. Watch how smooth he is, y'all. He not gonna raise his voice. He's gonna come in. He's gonna tell you who he is, and he's not gonna raise the volume to do it. Watch this, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. Oh, not that low. We can't even hear you.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it usually works better when you get the mute button off. You know what I'm saying? That's real low. But good morning, everybody. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., COO of ReManned, and I am totally excited about today. It is wonderful to look out and to see all this beautiful blackness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying this beautiful blackness that is on my screen and that's on your screen and everything like that. So where else can you go and see this much excellence, this much beautifulness, and this much just great expectation? So I'm looking forward to the day. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to get into it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Before I get into the presentation, because there's a presentation that we have, I'm really anxious to see how it looks because I don't know. I don't know how StreamYard is going to really flow with it, but there's a short presentation that we have. We're going to talk through it as we go through the presentation. Everyone on here is going to have something to say about the transformation of Black males. And so, Leroy, let me ask you this first, man, before we get into the presentation. Every single day, it seems like you send me something that has to do with the transformation of Black males, right? Whether it's the challenges that some of our superstar athletes are having, whether it's an actor that's going through trouble, whether it's this high rate of divorce that's happening, something seemingly happening every day. Talk about the importance of Black males in the home, Black males in business, Black males handling their business as individuals. Talk about that a bit as I kind of prepare this presentation.
Well, we've been discussing this week for those that have been watching. If you haven't, please check them out. You can check them out right on Donald's page. We've been talking about Kwanzaa and the principles of Kwanzaa that we've had, and as we talked about those principles, it's important for us as specifically as men to be able to understand and to be able to have principles and just the core foundation of who we are, and then who we are to who we are to the family, to the community, and then to to the country and beyond, even beyond that. So it's important that we take our rightful place, and that's why you'll hear us say throughout the day, we coming home. We coming home because it's a understanding of who we need to be as men, getting ourselves right, making sure that we are remanned, that we are who we need to be first, who we're supposed to be at our core, and then we can work on the family, we can work on the government, we can work on those other aspects of our lives that need to be. Is there echo? Yeah, somebody's got an echo. Say if I say something. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it's important that we understand that who we are as men, and where we're going. Today's Kwanzaa principle is Nia, which is purpose, and we were talking about those two questions that every remanned man must start with: who you are and why you here. Who you are and why you here.
Let me interrupt for a second. There's a huge echo. Can everybody?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So let me do check.
Now you should have just had a mute. I think having him on mute would have taken it out.
Check 1, 2. I think that's Epps. I think that's
He look frozen.
check. That's still going on. Yeah, so that is going to bother me. Everybody do me a favor. Uchi, mute for a second. Let me see if it's you, man. Let me see what's going on. Check 1, 2. Either it was now turn yourself back on, Bucci. Check 1, 2. Okay, it was Epps. It was Epps. Okay. Go ahead, Dr. McKenzie Jr. Let's see. Let's finish hearing what you were saying.
No, just those two principles, and well, that principle, but those two questions, and we're gonna answer them for those that ask, who is ReManned or what is ReManned?
Epps, that's you, bro.
Huh?
It's Epps' call is making the echo.
You can't hear it.
Okay, go ahead, Leroy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's answering those two questions. We're gonna answer those two questions today about ReManned. Who is ReManned, and why we here? Those are the two things you're gonna come away with, and nothing else. You're gonna come away with those two answers today. Who ReManned is and why we're here. So
Yeah.
with that, and what we're here for with the brothers. So with that, bro, I turn it back over to you.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited about just those two questions, right? Who is ReManned? Why are we here? And those are the two fundamental questions for those that are watching. Every single brother, every single sister who has asked their dude to be here, sisters who are here and just really here on behalf of trying to understand what the organization is about, so that they can talk to their dude about it. All of those kinds of things. I want to make sure that we answer those questions. We're going to open up at the end for a Q&A. But it's going to be important that you just kind of follow through and follow up. Hey, Bucci, what before we get into it, man, open up your mic and kind of talk about what your experience with ReManned has been so far, bro. You probably are, other than Corey. Well, no, you an OG too. You're my first. Those of you that don't know, this is the power of relationship, right? So this is the brother who was a first mastermind client of mine, and so we did a lot of one-on-one work together. Phenomenal brother, doing great things. What has your experience been with developing you as a man who is a business owner? So let's be clear. ReManned is not a organization to build your business. ReManned is an organization that builds men so that they can build their businesses, right? ReManned isn't. I'm not a marriage guru. I'm a man who understands the power of being a husband and can hopefully be a great husband to my wife. So that's the distinction with ReManned, right? ReManned is that organization that is designed specifically to help adult Black male businessmen who are in relationships, significant relationships, or married, so that we can figure out how to have it all. You don't have to have a good business and lose your family. You don't have to have a great family and lose yourself. You can genuinely have it all. And so, Bucci, talk about your experience with the organization, man, and the work that you have done specifically in becoming a better version of yourself as a Black businessman.
I think the main thing that I've kind of taken away is that basically being first cause, right? Understanding that it all starts and ends with me. And so if as I develop my capacity to handle more, I get more. And so it starts with doing that internal work and really kind of looking at yourself in the mirror and understanding where I'm falling short and where I'm not held the standard that I hold for myself, and then taking responsibility for that and being able to step up and live according to that standard. And so I think ReManned has really helped me understand the tactics of what that looks like. 'Cause I think I always kind of understood that from a kind of esoteric, like pie in the sky, like general sense, but I didn't really understand what does that look like day to day. And so I think Remand has helped me with that.
Yeah, man, and you've done a real phenomenal job um, at that work and continuing to do that work. This is Coach Walter Sellers. What's up, black man? Say good afternoon to everybody. Introduce yourself, and then we're gonna get into this presentation. I'm gonna see if I can bring Epps back and see if it'll work. Let's see, Epps. Let's see if it worked. It looks like it's working. Looks
I'm
like it's
good.
okay. Good, great, perfect. Coach Sellers, man, say hello to everybody. He looked like he's frozen. Is he frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's frozen. All right. Uh, all right, y'all. So what I want to do, those of you that are coach, make sure your signal is strong, man. I got you in the black room until your signal is strong because your signal kind of goes in and out. And those of you that are on stage, listen, keep your camera open because it keeps dropping you off the stage. It just doesn't look well. So make sure you keep your camera open so that we can see you on stage. Let's see, Coach, you there?
I am.
Okay, if you move and you're a little choppy, bro.
There I am.
Okay.
Early.
All right, so here's the deal, y'all. We're gonna make sure that we get into this presentation for today. And it looks like the presentation that I have. Lala, let me ask you this before we get into this. Talk a bit about what it's like, all of it, right? All of it, all that it is to be married to me as a guy who is called to this work, the frustrations that you have, the joys that you have, all that comes with. Because a part of what I think founders do is we all, everybody try to lie about it's peachy all the time. It ain't peachy all the time. It's hard work being the man that I am, being married to the man that I am. You want to talk a bit about what that looks like?
It could be tough having
Okay.
to, yeah, it could be tough having to, share you with the job, because you are CEO all the time, 24/7. I mean, you never take this hat off, but it also is very rewarding, watching you build this business and seeing the difference that you make with the business, and just, watching the growth, and hearing the stories and seeing just the difference that you make, and hearing all the success stories. So it's rewarding on one end, frustrating on another end. But then when I see and hear the success stories, it really makes the difference. And then I, just see the difference that it's making. So it all kind of balances out.
As a husband, one of the rules that you and I have that I uphold with, as all the brothers to uphold too, is the power of transparency,
Hmm.
right? Um, Talk a bit about that and whether or not I'm up, because I want the brothers to know too that I don't just teach a philosophy, that I'm at home living the philosophy that I teach. You
Hmm.
talk about the power of transparency with both of us.
In terms of give me rephrase that.
Because in facing the character arc,
I
like
need
the
the brothers
brothers
to
to know
know too.
too, that I don't just teach a philosophy, that I'm at home living the philosophy that can y'all hear that?
It went away though.
Okay, good. So when before we got married and even during the marriage, we have a lot of tough kinds of conversations, right? We
Hmm.
don't have the pretty conversations. We have a lot of tough conversations that require transparency, vulnerability, honesty. Talk about that a bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had times that we've gone through some tough battles that you've had to face the art and go to the brothers, and they've had to hold you accountable to facing the art. And I can appreciate that because sometimes I know that they've come to you, but you've also been able to go to them. And I can appreciate them holding you accountable as well. So it's not something where you're always the coach. You've gone to them and they've coached you through the arc as well. And so I can appreciate that, because I know sometimes like you've gone to McKinsey and he's, you know, not only have you helped him, he's helped you through some tough times as well. And so I can appreciate that you've humbled yourself and you've had him to help you through some tough times. So yeah, it's not that, there's a big I and a little you. Sometimes he's helped you through those tough times as well. So I can appreciate that you have not just been the know-it-all. You've messed up and you've had some times that you've had some anger issues and you've had to humble yourself and and be the guy that said, hey, I've messed up. So I've been the husband that's been in trouble. I need some help, guys. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think everybody on this stage has that thing, right?
Mhm.
That they battle with. I've gone to Bucci, I've gone to Leroy, I've gone to Coach Sellers. Um, I've had to. I've talked with Epps, Chris. So I think there's something that you said that I want Tramel to talk to, and that is there is no big eyes, little U's.
Right.
Like we really hold one another accountable. Chris said it earlier. He said, yeah. It's not just him and he's not just checking me, I check him too. Like we check one another. ReManned is not this perched place where I get a chance to sit and throw lightning bolts at everybody. These same brothers hold me accountable as well. Tremel, I want you to talk about that, and then Chris, you can talk about that a bit as well, man.
So the remand, let's not forget, remand started with Donald Morton. He went he started the process and going through the character arc. God gave him this character arc for him to face. And even before that, as I stated earlier, I was his first remand client before he knew he had a call to create the remand. So, in reference to no big eyes and little U's, as the old saying goes, I'm not only the president, I'm also a client of this. And big I and little U's to me is a person who's prideful. Um, as to say, I have it all together. And that's not him. He makes mistakes, I make mistakes. Um, One of the things I used to and found myself recently going through is that I don't want to bother nobody because of, and it's like you can't do that. You can't be an island unto yourself because you're going to drift and be out there and drown, and you're going to need that help. Um, so no one is above each other, no one below each other. This is something that all men need, the accountability of a brother, because we don't know it all. We just don't.
Yeah, that's an important point, right? We don't know it all. And one of the most destructive things that I think brothers go through is this fact that we sometimes act like we know it all or too prideful to be able to ask questions of another brother. Chris Collins, what would you say about that, man, as we prepare for the presentation?
Uh, to put it out there, like I stated earlier, um, I think I like to think that I was the one that stuck a foot in his butt to get the ball rolling. I'm not sure, but I think it was something I said, which was it was a Chris Rock line. I was kind of joking around with him when I said it, but I think it touched his soul a little bit. Like nobody cares about men, and he said, I believe he said to himself, "That's not true." And if it is true, then there's a lane for that. It's open. That lane is open. So I'm gonna get myself in that lane because my brothers need help. And it's not just his brothers, it's him. I don't know if y'all know, but I don't think you'll mind me saying this because it's part of the character arc. My man was going through the character arc as he was creating this whole thing, right?
Absolutely.
He
Absolutely.
actually fell down going through this, creating this. So that's just inspiration right there for me. You know what I mean? It gives me something else to look at to say, okay, now if he can fall down and get up, I've fell down and gotten up. I fell down and he's helped me get back up. I don't know if he knows that, but same thing with Epps. Like we were going through this all we were all going through something together when this thing started. So yeah, no big eyes, little U's. It's a round table.
Yeah, that part. It's a round table. Marla, talk about the importance of a round table, because when we set, she she's in social work and things of that nature, and so she talks often about how rooms are set up and the difference between a table that is square, somebody at the head of the table, and a round table. Lala, talk about that a bit, and then I'm gonna start this presentation.
Yeah, round table, it signifies openness as opposed to when you have tables where you're, or when you have seats that are, where your backs are, to each other, because that's it represents closed, where your backs are to each other and you're not as open. But when you have a round table or when you're, facing each other, it just represents openness because your body language says everything as opposed to when you're sitting with your back turned to a person. So that openness, like if you ever go to group therapy and you have a round table, or you have not even a table, because that table is a barrier. So if you even have a chair that you're just sitting where the table is removed, it just represents openness, where your body language is just showing that you're open to receive from each other. So if you ever have an opportunity to sit amongst each other, remove the table and see if it makes a difference.
Wow.
Where as opposed to a table being in, even if you have a business meeting, if you remove a table as opposed to having a table, you can see the body language makes a difference removing a table versus having a table in the room. It just makes a world of difference having a conversation with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Coach is frozen again. Coach, just say just while we got a signal, man, say what's up to everybody so that we can go on with the conversation.
I'm not frozen.
You were, bro.
I'm not frozen.
Okay.
No,
Say good
man.
afternoon, everybody,
Good
bro.
afternoon, everybody. My name is Brothers Walter Sellers. I am one of the lucky folks who gets to work with Donald on an ongoing basis. He is definitely my man, 100 grand, and I appreciate what this community has brought to me and my family. And like Bucci said, it's holding that mirror up to yourself and giving self actualization a real name. Brothers holding brothers up is something that definitely is needed. And what we do is help me in my life and my family. But I'm gonna cut it short there because I don't want to go into this presentation too long.
Cool beans, man. Coach Walter is the owner of the Butterfly Effect studio and training center in Delaware, doing incredible work. And so let's get into the presentation a bit, because I don't know how this works. If it kicks somebody out, then let me know, and uh, we'll take care of it. So Leroy, looks like it does it well, man. Leroy, you there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks
Yep.
like
It
it
looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do.
looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. So welcome to the ReManned Rebranding Masterclass. We're mastering life, leadership, and legacy. Today is December the 30th, 2023. And as we go through the presentation, those of you that are on screen, please know that we're still having a conversation. So you're going to be called upon at any minute to be able to talk through this with me, right? So I am Donald Morton. I want to welcome everybody to probably what is one of the most pivotal moments that ReManned has had. And it's an exciting time for us to be able to experience it. Today, we're going to unveil not just a new logo, We're going to unveil a new logo, but we're also going to experience a renewed commitment to empowering men to conquer adversity with character. So I want everyone to kind of sit, enjoy, get ready to embark upon a transformative path toward the mastery of life, leadership, and legacy. So here's the deal. This is something I want to ask everyone to just kind of reflect on. I want you guys to kind of put it in the comment section. Um, Character isn't just about the strength to endure, but also the power to evolve. Think about the last time you faced a challenge. So even those of you that are on stage with me, brothers, think about, and Lala, think about the last time you faced a challenge. And I want to go through and ask you guys the question, did you change the situation or did the situation change you? And the first one I want to go to is Bucci, because you're under me directly. You don't know it, but you can say on my screen, you're the first person to talk about it. Think about a difficult situation, brother, that you've had. In 30 seconds, tell me whether or not that situation changed you or whether or not you changed the situation that happened.
I think about just my relationship with my girlfriend, and
Yeah.
different things that we've gone uh, through dating, and you know, past me would have handled it a lot differently. Just different arguments and discussions we've had. It could have went left, and it would have went left. And if I had been the same person that I was 2 or 3 years ago, and so. I think in those situations, yeah, I was able to change the situation for the better rather than being changed by the situation.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Those of you that agree that relationships can be challenged, Lala, just don't even respond. Just don't even respond. Just don't even respond. But if brothers understand that marriage, relationships, Bucci is going to be married soon, so it's a whole nother level at marriage, right? So, how many raise your hand if you know that you have a choice in those conversations, those conflicts to either be changed by it or change the situation yourself? Um, I have in times past been changed by situations. Now I change situations. I think my wife, I think she will concur. Corey Bill, talk about an area, man, where of conflict that required character. Did it change you, or did the situation, or did you change the situation?
It changed me, and as it changed me, allowed me to change the situation.
Okay.
Fact of the matter is, me and this young lady I've been dating, um, I have faulty character, and because I have faulty character, I allow the infrastructure of instability and mistrust and miscommunication. So I was operating truly on false premise. And understanding that I was operating on false premise allowed chaos to consistently ensue as I'm continuing to build this seven-figure empire. So just being honest with self first and foremost, and understanding the trajectory where the relationship was going and how it offset my business, allowed us to have a sit down with you and your lovely wife as we continue to progress through those issues so I could change the situation. So ultimately, change had to start with me first in order for me to change the infrastructure of the relationship.
Yeah. Change starts with us, brothers. Whatever's going to happen, change starts with us first. And then change happens as a result of us being changed. We get a chance to change situations and scenarios. Lala, would you like to say something about this before I move to the next slide?
I'm gonna pass since I'm not allowed to join the Reman community. I'm gonna pass to the brother.
You so petty, man. So because she can't join the Reman community on Facebook, she just doesn't play fair. So she doesn't want to share. Hey, Leroy, would you like to share something, man, about this issue?
Hey, I can't help it. Here's the thing, and I think you and Corey just talked about it. Talked about character and mindset. are the only things that are going to give you the ability to change who you are. As Corey was talking, and you were talking about, the mindset and wanting to change. I was thinking about two things. One, the story in the Bible that talks about the prodigal son, and there's a verse that says he came to himself. That was when his shift happened. Gentlemen, hear us. The shift will only take place when you come to
Come to
yourself,
yourself.
when you come to that realization that you want to change. Here's what happened to me. I wanted to be able to, I've been exercising, been walking and everything like that, but I wasn't consistent with it, wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And my business associate, she's a fitness trainer, she had a challenge, and I talk about it all the time. She had a challenge. She wanted people to start walking for 30 days. I mean, 30 minutes. I'm sorry, 30 days. She wanted to do 30 minutes for 30 days. And so I wanted to get back walking. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I was like, already, I know I can walk an hour because I know the path that I was going to walk. It's 30 minutes up, 30 minutes back. I was like, I can do that. Started doing it on a regular basis, started doing it more consistently. And within a year's time, I was down to my ideal weight.
Yeah.
But it started with me
Making that
saying,
decision. Yeah. Yeah.
wanting to be able to get to that. And she still tell me, Coach, I got to drink more water. I know, I got to drink more water. And I'm still working on that, still doing that. But all of that starts with you. So
Yeah.
everything with our character, everything with who you are, start with the core and who you are, man, and the mindset, your mindset. You've got to have a mind to want to do it.
No doubt about it. So character. Amber is my daughter. She said both options build character and assist with the growth of an individual, without question. But our response to what these situations are and what these situations look like can have detrimental effects on who we are as individuals, right? So we've got to be really careful, if you have not built character, not to allow a situation or scenario to dictate who you are. That is not character. Character only happens, or character is needed when you're in a situation. You don't allow that situation to dictate what's happening with you. Being a principled man means that you dictate what's going to happen in that situation. All right. Here's today's masterclass journey, the ReManned story. We're going to talk about unveil. We're going to unveil the new brand. We're going to talk about the character arc, our signature science. We're going to talk about why ReManned stands apart, and we're going to have an interactive Q&A. So I want everyone. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to give away some merch. So I want everyone to kind of stay to the end, because that is when the merch will be given away, closing thoughts and next steps. So here's the history. We were founded in 2019, and Epps and Chris talked about this. Chris talked about, hey, look, he did. I remember that time where he says, man, don't nobody care about us. Nobody's concerned about Black men. If you've ever watched Chris Rock makes the same statement. He talks about how animals are cared for more than Black men are cared for, right? So we were founded in 2019 for adult Black males seeking a brave space of transformation. Now, those of you that, and I think you guys would agree, and I'll go to Bucci about this. It's not easy to be a part of the process, right? And so I probably won't get a lot into this, but the space that we've created, Bucci, it's a brave space, but the brave space, or the courageous space, is not just for us to sit around and talk all day. The brave space is for us to build and create a space for transformation. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree. And you and I were having the conversation that was probably a couple of months ago. How the evidence of the change is actually physical transformation, right? The way that we know that you've grown is that you have fruit. The Bible says that you will know them by their fruit, and so If you don't have any fruit, then you can say that, yeah, I've changed, but like, where's the evidence? And so, yeah, it's not just to talk about it and feel good. It's like talk about it, and then for that to affect some kind of change in our lives.
Yeah, so there should be. We did, and Bucci came down. We spent some time here in Atlanta, and one of the masterful things that came out of that time together was that you only know whether or not there's been a true interchange when, in fact, you're experiencing some fruit. Like you don't get a chance to say you're changing without seeing some manifestation of some fruit in your life. But this is what I also want the audience to know. Look, we're not just about transforming individual Black men. We also understand that there are some systemic things that have to be shifted, right? Child support systems, the way that the child support system is showing up, custody, the way that that looks. So there are some systemic issues around education, around employment, around these different things where society, to Chris's point, society doesn't genuinely care about Black men. So we have to, I think it was Leroy that talked to me one day about the fact something his mom said. Leroy, what is it your mom said? That they don't care about what you care about. You got to make them care about what you care about. Something to that effect. Give your mom's quote for me.
Yeah, she was telling me because I was frustrated about my business and the things that I was doing, and she said you got to understand that your priority is not someone else's priority. But what you have to do is you have to make someone else's priority, that you have to make your priority their priority when it comes to your product, your business, your service, and everything that you do. Because if it becomes a priority to them, then they see the importance. Then they understand the importance of it and the significance that it plays to them. That's what she meant by making your priority making their priority, or your priority their priority. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. So that's
yeah.
what she said about that and being able to understand that concept. So yeah.
And here's what we got to know. Character is the cornerstone of transformation. Everybody write that down. If you're watching the master class, I want you to write that down. I want you to have clarity about that one thing. Character is the cornerstone of transformation. There is no transformation without character. And so at ReManned, we are committed to nurturing character within, ushering in a new era of integrity, leadership, and enduring impact. Character impacts your money, character impacts your relationship, character impacts your health and wellness, character impacts your business. Now, character is not just telling the truth, right? Character, according to Dr. Henry Cloud, is the capacity to confront and conquer adverse realities. So it takes a degree of character to be able to confront the adversity that's going to happen anyway. There's nothing that you have necessarily done badly for challenges to come. Challenges come because challenges come with life, right? All of us have heard the phrase "life be lifing." So because life lifes, we have to have a degree of character to be able to navigate all that happens. So this is what we do. We help Black businessmen who are married with families break the vicious cycles of missed potential so that they master their lives, leadership, and legacy. That is the work that we do every single day. That Marla said, I never take that off. And not only do I not take that off with regard to other men, I don't take it off with regard to being the leader of that, right? So I've got to be the model of what I'm asking every other brother to do. I've got to be the model of that, right? I don't believe that I get a pass because I'm the founder and expect everybody else to do what they are doing. Yes, character is the cornerstone of transformation. If a guy doesn't have character, if we don't teach him character, he will not shift. Chris, you remember this first logo? Bucci, don't talk about my
I
logo, man. This
I
this is
I, I remember it well.
yeah, that is the first logo. It was our desire to get men to go back to what we believe the original design of men and desire of men to be. So that's what that first logo was about. And then this logo next to it is the one that we had in the interim. What we're about to unveil to you is the one that will live in perpetuity for the rest of ReManned's life. It is absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to talk about it. All right. So we want to proudly, and I want to talk with Bucci through this, because Bucci, raise your hand, bro, so everybody can see you, man. One more time. Bucci is the creator of the new ReManned logo. So everybody clap it up for Bucci for me. Yeah, he did a phenomenal job at creating this. And the reason why he was able to do it, I believe, is because he is deeply embedded within this process. So he understands the process. He understands how it works. Before I go to Bucci and we just kind of look at this together, like when we first saw it, and even Leroy, both of you, when we first saw it, all of us was hyped. All of us, we were all just kind of tripping at what Lou Rosado calls there is no wasted motion in the logo. Every part of the logo means something. Marla, you first kind of talk about what you experienced when you first saw it.
Well, of course, I saw the arc. I saw the arc that was going through remand, and the word remand, and I screamed because I was just like, oh my God. I was like, Bucci captured it. I was like, that's fire. And so
Yeah.
that was the first thing I saw. So it was magical for me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and you're creative too, right?
Right. Yeah.
So there are things that you immediately saw and were excited about, just based on the fact that you're creative as well. Leroy, what did you? Leroy and I, we called Bucci at the same. Well, Bucci and I were in session, and I asked him if I could spend 15 minutes of our session just kind of calling Leroy so Leroy could look at it. Leroy, what did you experience, man?
No, man, let me tell you, I about lost my mind because I was just like, there's certain times when you know that something is in your head and you describe it to a graphic designer, and they take what's in your head and put it on paper. And that's what I felt when I saw this. He took what epitomized Reman.
Yeah.
He took it and he put that very thing on paper. Like Marla was saying, the art going through Reman, that's the cornerstone of what Reman is. And then when I saw the logo, I knew exactly what it was. I knew exactly what it meant, what it was. I was like, yeah, that little spot, and y'all gonna talk about it,
Absolutely.
so I ain't gonna go to it. But I
Absolutely.
was just like, man, I was like, he saw the vision, and like you said, I think the him being a part of the Reman vision definitely gave him an insight that I don't know if any other graphic designer would have known had they not gone, had they just done what you had told them, if they had just gone on what they had seen or heard from you and what you wanted.
Here,
But
here's
since
here's the hold that point, man. Don't close your mic. Hold that point, because Bucci, he's absolutely right. Right, like I'd given another graphic designer some ideas about what I wanted to see, and Bucci, talk about my first, because I sent it to you. I sent a couple of ideas to you. Tell everybody how rude you were. tell everybody how rude you were to me when I first sent the designs to you.
Yo, I was trying not to be rude too. I was trying. He sent me the two logos and was like, okay, which one do you like? That's what you said. You said, which one do you like? And I was staring at these things and I was looking, I was like, I don't like either one of them. And I was trying to pick one and I was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. Like this ain't it. Like, for
Yes.
multiple reasons. And so, like, yeah, I was trying to pick one, but I literally stared at them for 5 minutes and I was like, yeah, nah, not
Yeah.
it was good.
And there were reasons why, right? And all of the reasons that you mentioned were valid. uh but the power of what you've captured here, take us through your thought process of all of the elements of the logo, because it'll help everyone understand exactly what ReManned stands for.
Well, I started with the font because you said that you wanted something classic and also something modern. And classic and modern are literally opposites, right? And so like they're like, classic and traditional like kind of graphic elements tend to be more organic, more like just like organic, right? They organic forms and shapes, and modern tends to be like very sleek and streamlined. And so I spent a lot of time just looking at a bunch of different fonts to try to find a font that was both classic and modern. And I think that this font did a good job of that because the edges and the points are very classic, but then the overall font is very clean and modern. And so that's where I kind of started. And then I knew I wanted to incorporate both the arc and the life leadership and legacy. And so after playing around with it, I figured that, okay, incorporating the arc going through ReManned, because the arc is the kind of like, I think you called it the signature process, the signature science that ReManned has. So incorporating the arc through ReManned like made sense to me, because that is the core of what the ReManned process is looking at the character arc. And then you had told me that you wanted an icon that could stand alone without any other words being attached to it. And so I agree with that wholeheartedly, because I literally iconic brands, right? And brands that are able to stand alone without any words. Like think Starbucks, Nike, like all the big brands have logos and word marks and icons that are able to stand alone, and everybody knows what it means just from the symbol alone. And so I thought that lended itself easily to the intersection of life, leadership, and legacy. And so just incorporating that and using actually elements of the font so it also fits, that it's also classic and modern, but it also speaks to the heart of what ReManned is trying to accomplish.
Yeah, and so the power of this really isn't just about rebranding ReManned. It's about making sure everyone understands that every element of this brand speaks to what you should expect as a man to become. It is you being able to expect what you can expect from your dude to be, right? If you're a lady, you're dating, you can expect your man to be the contemporary version of what men used to be, right? Men of substance, men of character, men who took care of their families, men that kind of cat is exactly what we're expecting brothers to be uh, today. So here are the elements of it, and you guys will get a chance to see this later. We proudly present the new crest of every man, a beacon for the journey of transformation and a seal for our unwavering commitment to the growth of Black men. The shield is our bastion of trust, encapsulating the safe haven we create for courageous change. The intersecting circles are the convergence of life, leadership, and legacy, where our men stand empowered at the core of mastery. The arrow or the stake, it directs us to the heart of convergence, where the true transformation is activated and character is honed. The arc etched with our unique character arc is a constant reminder that the essence of manhood is sculpted through character, the power to confront and conquer life's adversities. And in this emblem, we see not just ReManned's identity, but the mirror reflecting the distinguished, the mysterious, the bold. It stands as a testament to where we are headed, towards distinction, purpose, and the pinnacle of personal and collective legacy. Hey, Chris Collins, what do you think about? Do you think, as an OG, right, as someone you and Tramel, I want to hear from as well. Uh, this logo kind of encapsulates all of the things we expect that we all stand for as when we started this organization. You agree with that? Talk a bit about that.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, because I like it. And everything you said about it, I kind of got it before you started reading everything. It was like, okay, first off, it looks like home plate, right? But it's upside
Wow.
down.
Hey, Leroy.
Uh-huh.
Leroy,
Let's see.
that's something that we ain't even see.
Yeah, man. Yep. As soon as he said it, I was like, "Ooh, it sure does."
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I didn't. Chris is a
Right.
creative too, right? So he's going to see things through a lens that I have not seen. We've been talking about Black men going home. We've been talking about Black men re-entering society, Black men reconnecting with your kids, Black men get along with your children's mothers, Black men start businesses again, Black men, let's reestablish Black Wall Street. The probably other than my lady, the only thing that comes well out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, is Black Wall Street. We right. So being able to develop Black business and going home, and boy, you hit something. Take 10 seconds, man, because I know you a preacher, so you're gonna take 45 minutes. So I need you to take 30 seconds and finish it up for me. That's a powerful point that you see though.
Yeah, I had more, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Share more.
Oh, me.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's home plate, but it's upside down, right? And it's at the top of the arc, meaning God's grace, basically. God's grace comes down. Also, the intersecting part of the three circles. Remember when I asked you about that before, I don't think you had anybody ask you about it, but you had an answer for me immediately. You said that centerpiece represents manhood, right? So that, and it's also a shield right there in the middle. If you look like it's a shield, that's actually my
Absolutely.
logo. But then
Absolutely.
before you even said, I see the spike. I see the spike that tells me to remain grounded and be humble, right? And all of that. I see all of that.
Yeah.
I do like it. And I'm gonna need a lapel pin, bro. I'm sorry. You just gonna have to
You
send
need
me
a
a lapel
lapel. You
pin.
need a lapel pin.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a lapel pin because my ReManned jacket, the pocket is sewn shut. I can't put
That,
a
that is
pocket
true.
square in it.
That is true.
So
We
I need a
we have
lapel
new
pin.
we have new jackets that are coming out for those of you that have graduated the program with the new icon of ReManned. So you'll have that. Outstanding. Tramel, talk a bit about what you see, man.
So now that Chris has spoken and I'm looking at it,
I spoke.
I see everything that he just mentioned. This is by far the greatest logo that
Absolutely.
Reman has had.
Absolutely.
The arc going through the Reman, it just says to me that in order for you to be remanded, this arc, as we know, is what you're going to face daily.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I need a lapel pin.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody need a lapel pin.
And
Because
so we got shirts. We're gonna have shirts and stuff, right? I need a shirt.
y'all got to let me get to the end of the presentation. All of that's going to be answered, right?
But
But
this is phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Um,
It so excited me. I like what Chris said. I like what Tramel said. Bucci is I don't know your creative process, and you know, but I when I saw it, I understood it. And I don't know whether I understood it because I'm in the process. Because I want to ask Corey, I want to ask everybody. Um, before I go to Bucci, Corey, did you understand it before anything was explained to you? Because Corey is probably the more recent member of ReManned.
I mean, yeah. When I saw the character R goes through the symbol, I said that's the line of demarcation for man. Either you're gonna stand under your character, or you're gonna stand over your character. And once you stand over your character, a crown would be placed on your head. You know
mm,
the three L's.
Yeah, life,
That,
leadership, and legacy, without
yeah,
question.
it's just that simple. You're
Without
on the other
question.
side of the character arc. You're trending towards life, leadership, and legacy. You're on the other side. You got a lot of damn work to do.
Yeah. So, Bucci, I mean, I don't know, want to know your creative process, bro.
But I
But
need Bucci to
usually,
design something for me too, man. I got to talk to you, Bucci.
yeah, yeah. So Bucci, we, yeah. Just I'm so proud of it because like Tremel said, this is by far the best logo that we've ever had, and I feel like the logo will live. Right? I don't feel like
Mhm.
I'll ever have to change it again. I feel like the
Mhm.
logo will live.
Mhm.
Isn't that what the purpose of a logo? Shouldn't it evolve? I mean, it evolves, but it should be able to live throughout a longer period of time, right?
Mhm.
Bucci?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, my background is I mean, graphic design, and like whenever I try to design something, I'm like, I don't like. You try to encompass the essence of the company and of the brands in such a way that it's timeless, and so and that
That's the word I was looking for.
it
Yeah.
won't need to be updated, or it's not based on trends or what's hot right now or what's fashionable. It's based on the core essence of the company, so that even as the company changes, even as the company grows or expands or moves into other areas, the logo can live because the logo is based on the essence of the company, of the driving
Mhm.
force behind the
Mhm.
everything that the company is doing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man, absolutely.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm so excited. I woke up today
Mhm.
and I asked my wife about our jeweler here, a jeweler. I got so many
Mhm.
things that I'm going to do that's just going to be really, really phenomenal. So okay, let's go further. We also have three colors with ReManned. Our colors are chosen for the deep symbolism and powerful statement they make about our identity and mission. You'll see black is the epitome of sophistication and strength. Black is absolute, representing our unwavering determination and profound depth of the internal journey each man undertakes. Gray is the balance between the extremes. It speaks to the wisdom in navigating the complexities of life, the maturity in decision making, and the bridge between challenges and triumphs. And white is the color of clarity, purity, and new beginnings. It reflects the clean slate every man is granted when he embarks on his transformative journey with ReManned. So together, all these colors stand for the journey between challenges faced, the gray, the new beginnings for white, and the mirror of character arc, every man we guide. So it really is a Leroy. It really is even the colors, man. Because one of the things that Bucci did was sent to me not just the uses of it, but the improper uses of it. So the reason why that's important is because y'all, there are proper uses for brothers, and then there are improper uses for brothers, right? There are ways in which we're being treated properly. There are ways in which we're not being treated properly. And the logo and the color palette of the logo speak to the purity of a brother, the sophistication of a brother, Leroy, and also the complexities of the journey, the mixture between the two. Talk a bit about that, man.
No, and before I go into that, one thing about the logo also too, about the art. I know it's the art, but I also see it as being the bridge of who we were as men going into who we become, males, and becoming the man that we're supposed to be, that bridge from the R to the D, making that conversion of kind of like boys to men. And I don't always sound like say that, but that's what I see also in that. But to your point about the color palette, that goes to what you were saying, what Bushi was saying about from the modern or from the classic man to the modern man, and that's what those colors represent. If you look at anything that has that distinguished, even the black and white that that all of us have talked about when we were talking about the colors, the black and whites, that black and white picture just is something
About it.
distinctive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
just something very unique about it that gives it a different kind of vision when people look at it. it just has a different look, and that's what happens with, I think, what happens with the logo, what happens with the colors and using them and everything like that. So I thought all of this just kind of came together, man,
Yeah,
perfectly. It
yeah,
came together
absolutely.
perfectly.
Absolutely. So for everyone, and we won't spend a lot of time here, this is our signature science. It's the framework for transformation that we use. Chris eloquently said a moment ago that I went through this. I went through hell um, creating and forging this process because I was the test dummy for it. Right. It comes out of a dark time in my life where I was able to walk myself out of the process and then really out of the challenges that I was experiencing, and then get a chance to kind of review exactly what I did in order for me to get from where I was to where I am now. And so this is the character arc that Bucci bases the entire logo on. And ladies and gentlemen, it is right now in the trademark process. Yeah, it is right now in the trademark process. Why? Because it has to be, right.
Mm-hmm.
It is the
Mm-hmm.
first logo that we've
Mm-hmm.
ever trademarked. Um, it will live throughout the entire life of ReManned. And Bucci, I feel like what's the movie with Joe Clark?
Lean on me.
Um, what's that movie with
Lean
Joe?
on,
Lean
lean
on Me.
on me.
I feel like when Joe Clark walked into, they were singing a song. He had just heard the new school song, and he said, "Take a bow, Mrs. Powers. You have rewritten, you have rewritten our school song." That is exactly what took place with the new logo. Um, Amber says, congratulations, definitely powerful. I've watched the growth and maturity of ReManned since the beginning. Rebranding is evolutionary, leading to elevation. This logo defines the organization without knowing the mission. Eye-catching, drawing others to seek out the organization. In business, this isn't easy to do. Marketing in excellence. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Amber. So Bucci, you have the approval of my daughter. And so she is a very, very brilliant business mind. And so I'm great. It's great to hear that she enjoys it as well, and that she understands it as well. So this is the character arc that is based on, and I'm really, really excited to see what's happening. Hey, Bucci, are there any other things that you want to share about the logo, man? Things that perhaps we didn't notice or didn't see that you intended upon when you created it?
No, nothing I can think of. I have to go back through my notes to because I kind of like was putting notes together as I was designing it, but nothing I can think of right now.
Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal job. One more time, y'all. Let's clap it up for Bucci, who did a phenomenal job at creating our new brand. I'm looking forward to all that it means. Look, this is our unique value proposition. We ignite the potential within Black men. We empower Black men through a transformational journey. ReManned unlocks the mastery of life, leadership, and legacy with our unique signature science, the character arc paving the way for personal, familial, and societal change. Zeta is clapping. Thank you so much, Z, for that. Crystal says shirts. So we got lapel pins. We got shirts that we got to create to be able to see these things continue to evolve. Let's see, that doesn't look well, so I'm not going to stay there. Connect with us, ReManned University. And in fact, for every brother who is watching live or watching the replay, we want you to connect with us by offering you the ReManned Intensive. The ReManned Intensive is going to be an incredibly powerful time. It is a weekend time in the middle of February here in Atlanta, where we will have the single most empowering and transformational time that you have ever experienced. All of our coaches will be there. Brothers from across the country will be there in person here in Atlanta, doing the work over the course of a weekend to make sure that we get a chance to set your new year off properly. So if you are interested, and you should be interested, you are going to look in your email. If you've signed up for our email list, you will look in our email. In your email, you will see an email from us that gives you instructions on what to do next. If you're interested in making sure that we that you get a chance to enjoy and become a part of the weekend. Look, there is no weekend for sisters. Lala, you want to talk about that a bit? There is no weekend for sisters. Open up your mic and
Boo, boo, boo.
there's no there's no boo. I mean, this is an exciting time. What do you think about what has happened so far?
Until the ladies join.
Okay, then you don't have anything else to say. Is that it? Okay, got you. Let's see. Crystal says the shield is powerful. The modern infinity logo representing life, leadership, and legacy also shows other aspects to represent the brand. The fact of the center of the arc going through the word man shows that man is doing and done the work and mastering the change of manhood. Logo is definitely powerful, well designed, great work. So Bucci, there's another great comment about the work that you've done, and it really does. Look, Marla, speak on it, Marla. Where's our pass? Yeah. Right. So just really encapsulates all that is going to be taking place. If you are interested, if your husband, your boyfriend, your uncle, your brother, your son is interested, then send us an email. If you are not on our email list and you don't have the next steps, then I want you to send a DM to Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. or myself, and we'll make sure that you get an opportunity to apply to be a part of the ReManned Intensive. We don't take everybody, so a brother has to apply, go through a process, and then we can confirm whether or not he can be a part of that weekend. But you've got to either respond to the email or send a DM to Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. or myself. All right, so we got some other things in the lab that we are doing. We got a wine that we are developing right now. We've got a supplement program that we're developing right now, and we've got a cologne that we are developing right now. The cologne is called Sovereign. The wine is called Integritas, and Apex is the supplement line. So we are doing that as well. And then for those, this is the slide that I've been waiting to get to, Epps. This is the overall goal. The overall goal is to create a space like the Black man's Disney World, a place where no matter what an entrepreneur, a Black male deals with business, a brother who needs help with his family, a brother who needs help with his personal finance, health, or whatever the case may be, there is going to be built in Atlanta a place where brothers can be able to come and get everything that they need. It is modeled after what Disney was able to do in Florida, at least. I love Disney World in Florida, and it gives us an opportunity to have a space where we can come, bring our families, enjoy ourselves, or just come alone and grow and learn. It has places on it where hotels on it. It's like almost a university feel. So for those of you that are brothers, this is where our goal is going to be able to serve adult Black males, because Chris Collins is right. He said that nobody else cared, so I'm going to fill the void. That is the reason why ReManned exists. We wanted to fill the void. Okay, so let's see. I think that's so we appreciate your presence today. We want to give you an opportunity. Those of you that are still watching, want to give you an opportunity to ask any questions. Those of you that are on stage that haven't seen the presentation, want to give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have or make any comments that you need to make about what took place today. Uh, we are getting emails already. And so thank you, everybody that is watching, that wants to be a part of the ReManned weekend that's coming up. It's going to be a phenomenal time in February. Outstanding. Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. says outstanding, a place where men can be heard. Absolutely what the case is for the Mecca. We call it the Mecca of Black male mastery. That is the place that we expect every man to be able to grow and develop and be heard. All right. If there are any questions that are out there on social media, you can ask those questions now and they will come up either on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. It's not Twitter anymore, it's X. The logo is straight fire. Ain't no doubt about it. So I want to give each of you some closing comments if there are no questions that are going to be asked. And if questions are asked while you guys are giving comments, then we'll entertain those questions. Babuchi, give us some final comments about today, man. Paths forward, your hopes for ReManned, your hopes for your own personal life as you grow and develop and become married soon. All of those kinds of things, which I think is just really dope. Talk about that a bit before we go.
Yeah, I actually did think of one other thing that nobody had said about the logo.
Okay.
I really kind of spent a lot of time working on the placement of the arc in the word ReManned. And I structured it so that it crosses the E and the A.
Yes.
And you notice that there's
Yes.
no other like crossing thing for the E and the A. So that if you
Yes.
take away the arc, it doesn't read as ReManned anymore. So I kind of
oh, that was so good.
Yeah, really spent a lot of time trying to place that just correctly so that it would make everything read. And if you took it away, then it wouldn't read the same way anymore.
Hey, man, let me tell you how brilliant that is. This is something you don't know. For Marla and for Leroy, who's they've been in these, and for Corey, been in the board discussions. I showed it to the board. Yeah, but Leroy said he saw that too. When we were in a board meeting and I shared it with the board, right? One of our board members said the only critique I would have is you don't see the E and you don't see the E at right. Is that what was said, Leroy? And I said, nah, it's the exact opposite. Like there is no E on either end without the arc. It doesn't complete it. So he's like, oh, okay. You remember that, Lala? You remember that, Leroy?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing of it is, it's what Bushi was saying. I could see what him saying exactly what he did. He was working
Yes.
so that it would go exactly through those two particular points
Yes.
in the name, in the word. So it would, I saw that right away. I was just like,
Yeah.
he put the E and the A. It was meant to go through those.
And it's
That was
crazy
intentional.
because I didn't see it until the board member said, well, I don't, it kind of, I said, no, it completes the E. Like you don't get a chance to say it's an E without each of those things. You remember that, Lala? We can't hear you.
I do remember that. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. Bucci, you did an amazing job. So that was very thoughtful.
Yeah. Yeah, without question. Hey, Corey, you remember that? You remember that conversation?
I remember the conversation, but I can tell you, I didn't see it until I think Luke said it. And I said, oh, I didn't see that at all. But that is brilliant.
Brilliantly done.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way you just explained it. You don't get ReManned without that. It's incomplete. You have not been ReManned if you remove the arc. Brilliantly done. Go ahead,
and
Leroy.
and no, and just like Lou Rosado said, there was no wasted movement by Bushi in what he did. He was intentional about every single meticulous point about creating that both of the logos, the Reman name and the shield, man. Absolutely,
Absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely.
And this is the brilliance of Ibuchi. For those of us that like you know the for those that are the newbies, to hear Tremel Epps say, hey, that's significant. We can't overlook that because he helped to start it, right? So he understands from its beginning, this is what we're about. And for him to say, yeah, there's no logo that has ever done this. Like
I've
we can
seen
explain it.
I've seen the arc with the E and the A as soon as I looked at it. And this logo is a brand that, like you said, doesn't have to be tweaked or changed.
It don't have to
This
be
this
changed.
is this is the Reman's golden arch. This is
It
Can I say
Reman's
is.
something?
this
It
is
is. Wait a minute,
Reman's
Chris.
Chick-fil-A logo, Nike logo, Porsche logo. This is whatever this is it. Bushi, you
This
did a
is it.
good job. Your
This is
logo,
it.
I'm gonna need a logo for my painting business.
Okay. Now wait, y'all. Now Bucci doesn't do logos,
Oh,
right?
okay, all right,
I mean
okay.
he does, because I knew this would happen. So one of the first things I did was I asked him, I say, bruh, now are you doing this on the side? You gonna do it? He said I'll do it for select clients. He did, this is not his full-time position, y'all. He did this because he is such a he's such committed to the work of ReManned, and so I'm really really grateful.
Okay.
And I can't even tell you what this would have cost us. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm not saying he won't. You can contact him and kind of work out, because yes, this is what has to happen with a business. Every business has to evolve. You got to grow. You got to expand. And this brother killed it. Chris, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Remand. It's telling me that Remand itself, the logo itself, is actually going over the arc. Is
So
that, if that
ReManned,
makes sense?
it does make perfect sense. ReManned itself as an
The
organization is going
evolution,
through
the
its own.
evolution, the evolution of it.
Absolutely, bro. Without question. ReManned is going through its own personal evolution as well. And Bucci, one final set of instructions for me and for those that are watching that are going through their own rebrand, Epps, Corey Beal, others that are going to say, hey, somebody find Bucci, see if he can do some work for me. How is there a magic time? Because I have been placing the logo in small places, right? Sometimes just the icon. Leroy said to me, I think last night or the day before, like, bro, you just couldn't wait. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you just couldn't. I couldn't. I was placing it everywhere. People didn't notice though. They didn't notice, but I was placing it everywhere. What is the time between using the logo, its icon, and the word mark together, and the time that an icon can stand on its own? Is there a specific amount of time, or is it just, you know, the amount of time where people just become comfortable, they'll know how to identify ReManned by the icon itself? Is there a time, or is it just a feel? How's that work?
So I wouldn't say that there's a specific time. I would say it's more about consistency than it is about anything else. Um, and so that people start to associate, you think about Starbucks, right? Starbucks had the lady and the green thing, and then for a long time before they just switched to like just a dumb, not a dumbed down, but like a simplified version of it. And so I think it's more about the consistency of how you place it and how it appears, and on terms of like ReManned's marketing and on everything that's going on, and the consistency of and the care of how you use it, rather than like to show it together for 90 days and then after that, like I think it's both. And I don't think there's ever a time where you want, like, Nike, as much as Nike uses the swoosh, they never get rid of Nike, the word Nike.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So I think it's both and just being consistent in both, not necessarily like a specific time frame.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that we are doing what's best in the marketplace, and because this is a significant moment. It really is. It's a significant moment, more than most recognize. It's a reason why I wanted Bucci and Corey on as new cats, and Chris and Tremel on as OGs, because it's such a significant moment. Let me end today. Leroy, you have anything that you want? Well, we're going around the room. Corey, anything you want to say, man? 30 seconds. Epps 30 seconds. Lala 30 seconds. Chris 30 seconds, and then Leroy 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna announce something, and then we're out of here.
No, man. To be honest, I'm just looking forward to the work. I'm looking forward to seeing lives being changed. And most importantly, I'm looking forward to being with a band of brothers that's living out the rhetoric of ReManned first and foremost. I think that's the blessing of this community, knowing that we got people to this day, including myself, consistently facing the art. So, and I'm also ready to see the Mecca ReManned materialize.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, man. Thank you for
Yeah.
that, bro. Tremel Epps, 30 seconds, man.
So first, let me say that I am proud.
We can't hear you, bro. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that. I was saying first, let me say how proud I am of you to
Thank you, bro.
what you have been able to do with ReManned. I know this is not something that you have done on your own, but from where it has started to where it is now. If I will be honest with you, without hearing it, I know for a fact that there are some people here back home that did not believe in ReManned.
Absolutely.
But I'm proud and honored to say that it's flourishing, and it's in good hands. You have good people supporting the vision. I'm excited. When I saw that ReManned University before today, I saw it before, and it was like I can see this, and you're going to get help with that. You're going to get
Yeah,
help with
man.
that in places that, if you think back on it, you would never thought you would get financial backing from.
Yes, sir.
And I'm excited to see the change, that the impact that's going to come, the continued impact that's going to come from this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. I received that. Absolutely received that. Abuchi, did you give final remarks already?
I don't think I did. I just kind
I'd
of
like you to, please.
yeah. Um, Remind me what I'm supposed to be saying. I'm sorry.
just closing comments, comments about your hopes for ReManned, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why I felt moved to do the logo, and even I was thinking about doing it even before you asked me, was because I think ReManned is an excellent organization, and I think it needs to read that way. I think no knock on the previous logos. I see ReManned as an international business, right? A
Yes, sir.
business that can do well in the US, in Canada, in Mexico, Nigeria, Africa, like all over the world, right? And so I think it needed a brand that reflected that. And so that's one of the reasons why I felt moved to do it. And so I think that as ReManned kind of pivots towards this, as we get end to 2023, going into 2024 with a new brand. I think that ReManned is primed for that, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
I receive, man. I receive every bit of that. Chris Collins. Wow.
Yeah, man. Like Tramel said, man, I'm proud of you. Happy to be a part of the situation. And before you started this, you were my pastor. And when you said you were going to stop, I was upset with you. I was upset because I was just coming into where I needed to be because, you know, the flavor kind of attracted me. I ain't gonna, no homo. I'm just saying, I feel that. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I like this dude, man. Um, and if you remember when we were going through the class, the last little piece, you asked us to write something, and in the beginning you called it the ReManned Project, right? And I think I wrote something to you, and I'm not sure if you got offended or whatever, but I don't know, but. I said, it kind of sounds a wee bit ghetto when you say project, because it sounds like we don't know if it's going to work or not, but we do know that it's working. So I kind of made a suggestion for the ReManned Academy. Fast forward, it became, what do you call it, ReManned University?
Right.
I like it. I was like, oh, okay. He think he's slick. I'm gonna let him go with that. That wasn't my idea at all. You know what I mean? So that wasn't my idea at all. So you know what I mean? So I love you, bro, and I don't have a problem with saying it, man. One grown man to another grown man. I love you, bro.
Love you,
and just so you know that my favorite seasoning is Nature's Seasoning. Do y'all know who makes that? Morton's. I love y'all, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out where my royalties are.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, bro. Love and
But
respect.
That's it, man.
Babe, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds.
I am so proud of you. You know that this was a great presentation. I am with you every day, so I see the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this work. And I tease you all the time about
Don't do it. Don't do it.
being part of this. But that's because I'm so inspired, because I see the consistency. And you could give this up at any time, but I know that this is the work that you'll do to the day that you close your eyes, and I wouldn't let you give it up even if you wanted to, so, but I'm really proud of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you in this work.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
You want to tell everybody, did you always believe in the work, or did you?
This is a real program, y'all.
This is a real program.
Now, this is a real program. That's an inside joke that we have. So.
One of the first things, Epps, that this girl said to me, Corey, one of the first things, Bucci, Chris, one of the first things that this girl said to me is, as she saw me kind of doing the work, we were working together on something with the program, because she has developed and designed our curriculum, and so this really isn't work that I've done alone. And she said, "Babe," I said, "What? You got a real program?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yes, I got a real. What do you think this is? So she's like, "No. I've been in social services a while. I can tell you that there are programs that look good, but they ain't real. They're not real programs. And you have a real program." So now, whether we're in a board meeting, whether we're in a private conversation, the private joke, Epps, is we got a real ass program. That's that's the private joke. So I'm grateful to have Lala in her belief, and her standing with me. Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., man, before I close and before I invite everybody to June 1st, your final comments.
No, man, I'm excited, and Remain is on a trajectory to greatness, and greatness is a journey. It's not about it's not a final destination. It's a journey along to it, and there are things that we those that have become greatness that they do along the way. This is one of those steps that Remain has taken towards greatness, and the things that it is doing, and that it has to do in order to be able to be what the vision that you have for it to be. I'm excited for 2024, what it means, not just for Remain, but the men of Remain, and that will be impacted through Remain. And the real, I ain't gonna say the word program.
Yeah, say it
that, that we have that is here, because it is, and I've told you this personally, and I've said it publicly too, bro. This is along with the Remain book. This is what every
Did you just mention?
yeah, did I say that word again, man? Oh my God, did I say
Did you
it?
just
Keep popping up every
mention?
time. Every time I say the word,
Did you
that
just
book keep
mention a
popping
book?
up somewhere.
The Remand book. If you have not gotten your copy of the Remand book, go to www.theremandbook.com and get your copy of the Remand book. It is a hard copy. It is phenomenal. And check this out. This is an urgent summons, custom built for Black men. Smash through the barriers, societal, systemic, and self-imposed that have kept you from soaring. You're not just improving, you're revolutionizing your very essence. You got to get the book. You got to get the book. The book is phenomenal. Go ahead, Leroy. Don't mention book again
I
because
know, right? but it is this the program and everything about it is what I believe and what I've seen, that every single man coming into adulthood needs to have in his life. We've said it before with our fathers, whether they whether they were there or whether they weren't there. This is something that every man needs in his life, because it addresses issues that I know, that even with the things that my father poured into me, these things weren't addressed in it.
yes, sir.
And but they really weren't. The aspects of the program, the things that you all created, it does not, it did not, or had not been addressed until I came to know what Remain is, and to facing that arc. That was absolute, with you all, the idea that you all had for men facing that every single day. That is the hardest thing, brothers. Understand, this is the hardest thing that you will do in your life, but it is the greatest thing that you will do in your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It truly is. It's that who was it that said that I think it was it you, Corey, that it'll take you sometimes you have to have people, you got to take people where they don't want to go, but once they get there, they're happy once they get there.
Absolutely.
That's
Do take
that's
them
what
where they
this is
don't
all
want to
about.
go, and they'll be happy once they get there, without question.
So that's what this is. That's what Remain is. For every man that's listening, every man that will sign up, and that will be in Remain, and go through Remain in 2024.
Yeah,
That's what it is. We coming home. That's the only thing I can
you're
say.
coming
I'm gonna
home.
end it by saying we coming home.
You're
So
coming home. So there are a couple of things, man. Thank you for your work, Dr. McKenzie Jr. Thank you for your work, man. Every single day, working side by side, making things happen. Crystal says, do you have a 2024 calendar of events and seminars? Yes, ma'am. So we are also having a rebrand with our current website. There is a new web address. Do not go right now because it is not live. But it will be www.weareremand.com. www.weareremand.com. You'll be able to look at all of our calendar of events by going to the website, and everything that's going on with Remand uh, will be there. A couple of things that I want to mention. One is Delaware, for the brothers in Delaware. Chris is going to help with this. Tramel is going to help with this. Ron Handy is going to help with this. We have received a grant where we will be doing the research of well over of 100 men um, to prove the program of remand so that we can be recognized as an evidence-based program. So we have received $50,000 from Discover Bank in Delaware that's given us money so that we can research program, prove the program, so that we can play on the federal stage. Bucci doesn't know just how prophetic his statement was when he says this is a national organization, it's an international organization, and we are now positioned. Thank you, Crystal. We are now positioned to be able to send 100 men through the program free of charge. There's certain criteria
Mm.
that they've got to meet, but they'll be able to go through the program. We use the data to be able to say, y'all said that Black men would never change. We are proving to you that given the right circumstances and the right system, Black men will absolutely change. And so it's exciting for us to be able to see. Um, and that's happening beginning January 2nd. January 2nd begins this process where we will be looking at our program. Tremel, you will be called upon. Chris, you will be called upon to add input with regard to your experience going through the character arc training. Everybody will, but you guys will as well, so that we can watch the evolution, to Chris's point, of the program itself. So we're going to need your expertise and input with everything that's going on. Um, and then lastly, June the 1st, 2024,
Man, day.
it is ReManned Day
Mm.
in the state of Delaware. The city of Wilmington and Newcastle County have actually named, by approval of the state, the county, and the city, that June the 1st is ReManned Day. So it's an exciting time. We're attempting to do that across the country. But this coming Remand Day on June the 1st, we will be here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are having a gala called The Heart and Soul of a Man. We will have um, local artists, national artists that will be auctioning off art pieces. Lala, you want to talk about that a bit, or you want? Can you talk about that a little bit? The vision behind it.
So we'll have local artists that will be Black men that will be auctioning off their art. And we'll have different rooms that will be set up where you can come and bid on their art pieces. It's going to be called Heart. Oh God, I'm going to mess up the name.
The Heart and Soul of a Man.
Heart and Soul of a Man. And they'll be coming, and we'll have a live band. It's going to be epic. The theme is going to be like Hollywood, Black Hollywood, and so it's going to be really nice.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly nice. So you want to get your tickets, and you want to get your tickets early, so that you can get your flights early. I expect that Walter Sellers and Dr. Sellers will be. Yeah, it's going to be like a movie. Absolutely, it's going to be like a movie. So I expect Coach Sellers and Dr. Sellers to be there. I expect Chris Collins and Dawn Collins to be there. I expect Tremel Epps and Priya Epps to be there. I expect Bucci and Tanel to be there June 1st. That's not wedding time, is it, Bucci? Because I don't want to interfere.
Indeed, it is. Oops,
Okay.
sorry.
I want to make sure I don't interfere with nothing. Of course, Corey Beal and Vita V being there. So it's going to be a phenomenal time. Get your tickets early. Get your flights early. It's going to be, I mean, just a crazy, crazy, crazy time that we're going to have on June 1st in Atlanta, Georgia. This is Chocolate City. This place here is Chocolate City. I absolutely love Atlanta. Crystal says so. Women are invited. Checking for checking for the record.
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Crystal. Women are invited. Um, and we really are using this as a fundraiser for our nonprofit because, believe it or not, there are a bunch of brothers who can't afford ReManned programs. They just can't. Epps, show your blazer. Zoom out a bit, man. Zoom out again, man. These what Tremel has on is what we called then the coveted blue blazer. We didn't give out certificates or graduation diplomas. They earned the whole blazer. And we'll do that again for everybody that graduates the program. We'll get him the updated version so that he has the new icon on it. But yes, you get an actual black blazer with the icon, and we got some plans with jackets, Letterman jackets, and all of those kinds of things like the fraternities use. And we got some plans. So it's going to be a great year beginning in 2024. Hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me for 2 hours. It wasn't designed to be this long, but it was all good time together. Enjoy the rest of your day. Coach, you got any final comments, man? 30 seconds or less?
I got none. I had a phone die and some bad reception, so I apologize for missing a good little
No,
bit.
no problem, bro.
You know,
No problem.
I only got three things I tell everybody. It's the new year. Be good, eat good, and remember, you cannot out-train a
Train
bad diet.
diet.
And it's
You
not
cannot.
just the food you put in your mouth, it's the food you put in your mind. It's
Absolutely.
all of it. It's the air
Absolutely.
you breathe, it's the food you eat, and what you read. Get the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, coach. Hey, coach. I
Did
ain't afraid of you. I
did
ain't
you?
afraid
Yeah,
of you,
I ain't
coach.
afraid of him.
yeah. All y'all are. I'm not. Listen, all I know is there's only been one person yet who's
Well,
been to
we've
the
had
gym
a
with me.
great time today.
Only. Look,
Man,
look,
Coach,
look.
that
One
is
of y'all
funny.
been to the gym. I'm a believer. I'm a believer that all y'all at some point in the time is gonna meet me at the gym somewhere, any zip code, any city, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's Tulsa, it don't matter. I'm always game to meet a brother at the bar, at the
So
right bar though,
I
not the one
tell
with
you what.
liquor, the one with
I tell
iron.
you what. I tell you what. June the 1st is ReManned Day. It is the gala. If you'll come in the day before, on Friday, then Bucci will be here. Tremel will be here. I'm gonna be here. We all gonna meet you in the gym. We gonna find
Yes,
the
sir.
gym. We all gonna meet you in the gym. Look, Bucci's like, yeah, I'm not coming. Right? So we all gonna meet you in the gym.
I will be there on Thursday before. Okay. On Thursday, because I gotta make sure y'all eat right. So I'm gonna be there on Thursday. So on Saturday, on Friday, when it's time to lift, y'all don't be all crying the blues.
And I believe him too. I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
I believe him too. He gonna be there Thursday.
Yeah. I don't even know why I opened up
But
that can
but
of
no,
worms.
I gotta tell you, he said 30 seconds left. That's a lie. I'm not gonna say 30 seconds. I appreciate Donald for all that he is in this entire process. The character arc is not just what you've described already and how you've designed it, Bucci. It's an arc is also a connector, right? It's connecting you from your past to your future, and that arc shows you the way to go. And it shows you that it's not always an uphill battle. Come on, preach. It's a downhill slide. And the more you work at it, the easier it's gonna get.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
just remember that arc is something that we all gotta face every single day. Every decision you make, everything you do is reflected just by that arc. And I appreciate you, Donald, for all that you do and have done and are going to do in 2024.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Coach. Yo, y'all mean the world to me. I love and respect y'all. Babe, let's go eat our salad, babe.
Wink, wink.
Let's go eat our salad. I
That's
love
salad.
with some fried chicken in it.
it. Yeah, it's yeah, we're gonna go eat a salad. I love and respect y'all. Everybody have a phenomenal day. Thank you for everybody that hung in with us. For those of you that are still here, send us a DM. We got merch for you, just like we promised. We got merch for you. So make sure, Crystal, you send me a DM. Amber, send me a DM. Anybody else that is still on, we know if you're still on the numbers. So don't think that you'll be able to get away with saying that you were on and you weren't on. We got some merch for you for hanging out with us for all of this time. Love and respect, everybody. Everybody talk soon.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Love you,
Happy
bro.
New Year.
Yes, happy
Y'all
New
See
be
you on
Year.
the
good.
other.
Happy New Year, man.
See you, man. All right.